So now we're going to show you how important it is at times to be really tight to the margins here, get really nice and tight to the snags. Obviously on the reel we've got the clip, and we'll use that to our advantage, and we'll work our way in, getting it nice and tight, and hopefully we can get a quick bite and show you how it's done. So all we've done is we've taken the rig off the quick link, and what that'll do, in case we do cast in the tree, it means we should be able to retrieve it all without losing everything, and we can get it back in there. And once we've got it clipped up, we'll just simply clip the rig back on and we'll get it in place. So one of the most important things to do when you're clipping up is making sure you're standing in the right place every time. And it's easy, just make a mark on the dirt and ensure that you're standing there every time you cast, so it's landing in the same spot. So we'll clip the rig on, now we've got the clip set, and we'll get it in place and hopefully get a bite. And what we'll do to start with is we'll start it just a little bit short, and we'll work our way in. So obviously there, we're about a rod length short of where we want to go. So what I'll do is I'll add a little bit onto it, and we'll put it in the clip. And that's beautiful, it's close to the trees. What we're going to do now, which a lot of people don't do at times, is we'll fish locked up to a snag. We see a lot of people fishing with their bait runners or clutches still loose, and half the time, by the time you get to your rod, the fish is already in the trees. And to avoid doing that, I'll show you the best way to get it done, so you can get the fish away from the snags very quickly. So we'll set the rod down. One of the key things to do is have your butt ring behind your bite alarm. You see a lot of people fishing with their butt ring in front of it, with their back grippers on their bank sticks, just the rod sitting on top of them, or grippers that don't really hold the butt of your rod. And what they'll do, if you're fishing locked up, obviously your rod's just going to go in the lake. So to avoid that, butt ring will go behind the bite alarm. Have a back gripper that your rod clips into nice and tight, and you'll see that it takes a nice bit of pressure to move that rod. And if that does fail, your butt ring is behind your bite alarm, which should stop your rod from going in. And what we can do there is we can lock this clutch right up, so the fish can't possibly take any line. And you can see there I'm really pulling on it, nothing's going to come off. And what that means is, as soon as we register that bite on the bite alarm, and a lot of times it'll only be 1 or 2 bleeps, but you'll watch your rod tip and you'll see your rod tip hooping round, and it ensures that you can pick your rod up quickly, walk back and pull the fish away from the snags and get the fish away from the snag safely. And you'll notice that the rod tips are slightly bent over. We're fishing really tight lines. A lot of people make the mistake of they'll fish slack lines, and say if we're letting off a foot of line there to drop the line down through the water, it's just allowing the fish to have another foot of line. So obviously it gets all that line, it can be on its way to the snag before you get to your rod. And once we turn the bite alarm on, all we're looking for is just getting that 1 bleep to the pickup, and just that 1 or 2 bleeps will be enough to register the bite, and we know that we're into a fish soon enough. Clutch is locked up, and we can get straight into the fish, walk back slowly and get the fish away from the snag.